Good morning, students. In the previous classes, the teacher has discussed about various topics in science. So today I will be discussing about force and pressure. So what do you mean by force? So force, you have experienced that daily, almost daily. So you'll be experiencing it even now. So for example, most of your books will look like a brand new one because of this situation. So most of you would have not even opened the textbooks. So if I am not wrong, this must be correct. So when you are opening any book, you must put some force to open. So without a force, I can't open the book. So here the force is pull, like I am pulling. So pulling this upwards. So in the similar way, while writing, so when you are watching the video and when you are taking down any important points, so at that time you need to write. So while writing anything, so if I want to write, so my name, so while writing this, I am applying a force. So while writing anything, while drawing a line, I will apply force. Without applying the force, it's very difficult or it's highly impossible to write anything. So if I just keep the marker like this, so if I don't apply the force, I can't write anything. So only when I apply the force, I am able to write or draw. So apart from that, so when you are playing cricket, you must have seen. So today or tomorrow the IPL will start. So at that time, many of you are a big fans of IPL. So when the batsman, when your favorite player is hitting a six, so you must have observed when he is defending, the force that he exerts or the force that he puts is less. But when he is hitting a six, the force that he applies will be more, because the ball will be coming at particular speed. So depending on that, he needs to exert the force. So for a fast bowler, say for any fast bowler, the force that should be applied to hit a six may not be the same as that for a spinner. So for example, there are two bowlers. So let's say a fast bowler and a spinner. So for a fast bowler, I need not hit with the same force. But for a spinner, I need to exert or I need to put more force to hit a six, because the speed with which the ball will come for a spinner will be relatively less compared to that of a fast bowler. So even when you have watched like a fast bowler, when he bowls, if there is a if it's hits the stump, if the ball hits the stump, so at that time there are chances that the ball will move far away, because the force with which the ball hits the stump will be more. So obviously it will fall a long distance. But for a spinner, it might not go that far because the force will be less. So similarly, when you are playing tug of war, there will be two forces on either side. So let's say three of your friends will be on the other side and three of you will be to other side. So there will be two different teams. So when both are pulling the wire, so different persons will be exerting different force. With that, whoever will exert more force will be the winner, because if this team is stronger and if this is weaker, so obviously this team will pull more. So the thing what happens is, when they are pulling, the other team will also come towards that. So similarly, when you are kicking a football, so you need to apply force. Without applying force, you just go and stand touching the ball, the ball won't move forward. So if the ball has to move forward, you need to exert the force. So only when you kick with a force, the ball moves. So there are so many examples. Almost all the things that happens requires a force. A force is something, a push or a pull. When the object is stagnant, so let's say this duster is stagnant. So is it applying a force? You might think that it's not moving. So there is no force that is acting on this. But you are wrong. There is a force which acts on this duster. That is the gravitational force. The gravitational force is something which pulls this duster downwards towards the earth, gravity. So what is happening is, because my hand is there, this is standing here. If there is no hand, so it will fall down. So it means that constantly there is a force which is acting downwards. If there is no object present, it will fall down. So almost on all the object there is a force, that is gravitational force, that is acting on the objects that are present in the atmosphere. So all the force or all the objects are experiencing one or the other kind of force. So for example, a tree, which if you observe a tree, in a tree, not all the leaves will be stagnant or will be at the same position. Because of the wind, it will be moving. Or when any animal or when any birds sit on that, the branch, it will move up and down. So there is a force. There is a wind force or there is air pressure. So there are force acting on every object. So what does this force do? It can do anything. In some cases, the force can move an object. It means that if the duster here, the duster is here. So I apply a force with this marker. So what's happening? This duster is moving. So let's say it's here. So I am applying the force with the marker. So this is moving. So force can let an object to move. For example, when you must have played in your childhood days a tire. So you will be having a stick and a tire. So with the help of the stick, you will be rotating the wheel or the tire. So when you apply this force, the tire or the wheel will set into motion. So it's not just a force will be able to set an object into motion. It can even stop the object. So for example, when a bus or let's say bike, when you are riding a bike, so suddenly when someone comes in front of you, what will you do? So you will apply the brakes. So when you apply the brake, you are applying a force which stops the bike. So there is also a force which is not letting the object to move, but it is stopping the vehicle. Or there might be when the ball is rotating, when you, or for example say in cricket, when a player hits the ball and the fielder, whoever is there, if he wants to catch, the ball will be coming with some force. So what will he do? He will keep his hand so that the ball comes and it stops. The hand, here you are applying a force which is making the ball to stop. So if the pain, or if you observe clearly, the keeper or anyone who is catching the ball, if you just hold your hand like this, the force with which the ball comes and hit will be more, and you will be experiencing more pain. So what will they do is, when the ball comes, instead of just keeping like this, they move their hand back. With the ball, they pull or they take back their hand so that they experience less pain, because with that force, with whatever the force the ball is coming, when they pull their hand backwards in the same direction as that of the ball, the force with which it hits your hand will be less. So you'll be experiencing less pain instead of more. So similarly, as I told, a force lets an object into motion. A force can change the position of an object. As I told now, it changes the position. So take another example. This is an object, this is a box. So try to do this experiment with your brother or sister. When two persons pushes the object in the same direction, so obviously it has to move. In the like if you are applying the force from this direction, it will move to the other direction. What happens when one person from this side and another person from this side applies the force? So whoever is stronger, if this person is stronger, then the object will move to the other side. Suppose say that this person is stronger. When he is applying the force with great strength, so it will move to the other side. If both the person are applying equal force, then there is no displacement, or the object is not moving to either side. So it remains at the same point, even though both the persons are applying force, but object is not moving. Similarly, this board, I might put how much ever force I want, but it will not move because it is fixed to a wall, and the wall is having greater strength than that of mine. So how much ever force I might put, but it will not move. If I want to move this, or if I want to push, or it will be very difficult to push the wall. The only way is to destroy the wall. So it's not possible from my hand. So I need to have any material like hammer or something with which I can destroy the wall but not move or push. So even though you might put the force, but it does not always mean that the object will move. So with this, I'll be ending this topic now. So in the next classes, we will see some more examples and some more interesting facts about force. So till then, have a great day. Thank you.